Abby, good to see you. Today we are talking through 5 signs that your advisor is doing real financial planning. A lot of financial planners claim to offer comprehensive planning, but there are a few obvious signs to determine if your advisor is really working for you. First, is your advisor helping you define your goals and objectives?
Right, Erin, this is so important and really where true financial planning and advising needs to start because everybody's so different. So people's definition of success of a retirement plan or
Mhm.
financial plan being successful is so different. And so what you really want is to partner with somebody that is going to take the time to get to know you, to get to know your family, look at things from a lot of different angles and figure out all the intricacies that make you you. And then kind of back into that plan of how are we going to reach the goals and the objectives that we define together through a more comprehensive approach than just talking about are you are you in this box or that box? Are you aggressive or are you moderate or are you conservative? There's a lot more to it than just that because those terms in themselves can mean such different things to different people.
Right.
You've really got to take the time to get to know each other. And that's something that you're not necessarily going to get with a robo advisor or somebody that maybe just focuses on investments because there's
Mhm.
so much more to it than that.
Right, really good points. Second, a real financial planner will gather details on your assets, liabilities, income, and expenses.
Yes. So a lot of times what advisors or what they've done in the past, the financial industry in general, is really just focused on how much money do you have to invest, your investable
Mhm.
assets, and what's your risk tolerance. And it really stopped there. And so as financial planning has really evolved and as retirement has gotten more and more difficult because pensions are not there anymore, people are having to really create their own, we have to focus more on the full picture. And so that's the big ones. So, what are all of your assets? What's your cash flow? So, how much money do you have going out every month, and how much money do you want to have going out every month? So, what's your retirement spend goal? A lot of people hate budgeting. I mean, I hate budgeting. I don't think anybody enjoys it. So instead, we try and kind of reframe that and think about it in terms of how much do you want to be able to spend every month in
Mhm.
retirement, and then we can really create a unique plan instead of just saying take out 4% and you'll probably be fine. It's a little bit more complex than that, including debt. So what's a good debt payoff strategy so that you can hopefully enter into retirement without that kind of on your back. So there's a lot of things that go into it, and if your advisor doesn't have that full picture, they're probably just doing that investment advice and you're really missing out there on some really good value when somebody tries to get to know you and really understands the full picture.
Right. All right. Third, of course, a good financial planner will help you determine how to optimize Social Security. This is such an important decision.
It is. It's one of the biggest decisions in retirement. Social Security, no matter how high of an income earner you are, it's going to be one of your biggest assets in retirement, and it's one of those things that you have one chance and you better get it right.
Hmm.
And so when we put together a financial plan, that's one of the big pieces. So a lot of times when someone works with an investment only advisor, they don't know that they're an investment only advisor. So they'll go to them and say, how much can I take out from my investments? When should we file for Social Security? And the advisor is trying to give good advice, but they probably don't have the education. They might not have been trained in Social Security. They don't have the proper tools, and so they just say, "I think it's a good time for both of you to guys to go ahead and take it." And that's missing a whole lot. It's leaving a lot of money on the table. There's a lot that goes into that decision, and you want to optimize it, especially if we see Social Security benefits cut in the future. Optimizing it and maximizing it is incredibly important, and you need to work with an advisor that has a process for helping you come to that decision.
And I know that's something you specialize in as well. Number 4, one sure sign your planner means business. He or she will ask for last year's tax returns.
Yes, this is a really big one. If your advisor has never reviewed your tax return, has never asked for your tax return, wouldn't know what to do with it if you gave it to them, then that's a sign that you're probably not getting comprehensive planning, and you're certainly not getting tax planning. So,
Mhm.
even and like we've talked about, the investment only advisor, they could be maybe doing a great job on the investment side, but how much are you actually benefiting from that after taxes? That is so important. It's crucial to minimize your not just your tax bill this year, which is what most tax professionals do.
Right.
They want to show you, hey, look, you don't have to pay that much this year, or hey, look, you get a big refund this year, because that's how they're judged mostly. But what you want to do for yourself and your family is minimize your lifetime tax bill. And working with an advisor that knows how to do that, that can bring in Social Security, your investments, and figure out a comprehensive strategy to minimize that liability in retirement is huge. And that's why for all of our clients, this is a part of what we do as the ongoing planning. So it's not just, yeah, welcome aboard, you're a client now, I'll see you once a year, if that, which is what we hear a lot of when people come to us and they're currently working with an advisor. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard they were great at first. We were really excited to work with them. And now it's been kind of like radio silence. There's
Mhm.
not that ongoing relationship or ongoing planning. And this is really what we specialize in. We enjoy it. We like knowing our clients. And I really believe that leads to better outcomes. So we've developed a process for reviewing those tax returns to make sure that we are looking at everything. We have a 37-point checklist when we review our clients' tax returns. And then we get together with them, get together with their CPA, or their tax professional if necessary. And we really develop a plan, figure out where there's some opportunities that maybe they're not taking advantage of, or maybe even errors. We've caught a lot of errors on tax returns. I mean, CPAs, I don't know how they do it. They get slammed for the first 4 months of the year, and no matter how good they are, everybody can make mistakes. So it's great to have that second pair of eyes on that,
Exactly. Right.
for that piece of the planning.
Mhm. Estate planning and financial planning often go hand in hand. A good advisor will ask to see your estate planning documents, or they will help you set up an estate plan if you don't have one.
Yeah, and I will venture to say that probably 9 times out of 10, your advisor is not going to be asking for this, and they're not taking it into account. So what we do is we make sure that an estate plan is in place. So
Mhm.
like this graphic shows, an advanced healthcare directive, power of attorney, wills, making sure that you know what's going through probate, maybe even developing a plan to pass probate, or even if you need some more intricate planning, if you have young kids, if you have a situation where you need what we call kind of control from the grave, even looking at trusts, and if you have those in place, having a professional review that, which is why we have not only partners in our local area that we've developed relationships with, where people can go to them and either review their current estate plan or create one. But we also have a firm that we can work with in-house, so that if our clients want us to be a more involved part of that process, we can make sure that that everything is looked at, because it's not just what you earn when you're here, but it's what you're able to pass on to your children and to your spouse. And you want to make sure that that's done in the way that you want it to be done. And that's crucial.
Mhm. You can see how these are all just parts of a puzzle that you put together. Abby, I think a lot of people are going to watch this video and realize they're not getting the planning that they thought they were with their current advisor. If
Yeah.
somebody would like to contact you for a second opinion, what's the best way to reach you?
You can always give us a call at 678-442-0255. You can also visit our website at theretirementfamily.com. We have a lot of resources on there. And then you can also leave us a message, send us a message, let us know what's on your mind, what you would like to speak with one of our advisors about, and we'll reach out and schedule a completely free complimentary introductory call to see if we might be a fit to help you with what you need help with.
Great. Abby, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.